Hey guys, welcome back. I just did a walk around the food forest with you to show you the updates on that, and I'm making the most of this unexpectedly beautiful morning, and now I'm going to show you the progress on our annual veggie garden. So let's get right to it. Come, my little babies inside. Hi. You want to go inside? Super quickly. Let's just take a second to look at how gorgeous this border looks. Look at these. Ah, my love. Okay, let's get to work. Alright, so let's start back in the porch. Okay, see what we got going on in here. Okay, let's start over here. These here are spinach. They are looking good. They could probably go outside now. All of this row here, this is kale. They're looking fabulous. And then in here we've got some cauliflower in these. I'm not sure why I've got two, didn't come up, and then two double sown, but there we go. Right, what's going on in here? This is purple sprouting broccoli. They're looking good. Same for this row. These two are Brussels sprouts. I'd like to start a few more of those actually. I like my Brussels sprouts. And then here's more purple sprouting broccoli in this row. These are Calabres, and these are Savoy cabbages nearest the window. And then in here we've got some parsley and some other herbs that we're just getting going with. I've got some onions just starting to pop up in this tray here. Over here we've got, this is a bell pepper. And here we've got some perpetual spinach. They need to come out. And then this is all my San Marzano tomatoes that have just been potted up and popped out here. They seem to be dealing with the semi-outside reasonably well. We are in the porch here, so we're protected from frost, but it's not warm yet. It's still mid-March, so didn't know how they would cope, but they look completely fine, so that's grand. And down here, oh, these are just starting to come up. I've got more spinach in here. Cos lettuce hasn't come up yet. This is Webb's Wonderful lettuce. They are all coming up now, so I'll have to get this tray up into the light. And then some Land's lettuce. It's just starting to show its head there, which is grand. I've also started some chickpeas and some borage. They're not come up yet, but we'll just keep an eye on those and make sure they get into the light as soon as they do. That's it for in here. So if we pop into the house, I'll show you what's happening on the windowsills. Please excuse the puppy mess. Okay. Right, so in here we've got more tomatoes. These are just some cherry. The packet just said cherry. They came in like one of those grow your own boxes that somebody sent me, and it didn't specify, so I'm not actually sure, but I popped a couple in anyway. This side is supposed to be moneymaker, but as you can see, nothing has come up there at all. So I wonder if those seeds are just gone, because I've got 3 different kinds of tomatoes that will come up, and yet these haven't, so I'm not sure. Now in these pots, these are some California Wonder peppers, and there's a variety of peppers all over the place. These are Anaheim Hot, these ones up here. I've got more tomatoes here. These are just some plum tomatoes that came out of a plum tomato from the supermarket, so we'll see how they do. Down here, got another California Wonder pepper, and then over here these are Basket Fire chilies as well. This one is just ready for a little one to be put up into when it's ready. What's going on over here? So these little things over here, these are strawberry seedlings. I've had a go at starting strawberries from seed because I don't have too many plants this year, so I thought that'd be a nice way to up my stock a little bit. So they seem to be coming on, which is lovely. Under here I've got some echinacea that are just starting to pop up. They look wonderful. I did order a few more seeds. There are a couple of things I was missing, and with that came a free packet of 5 Sun Gold tomato seeds, so I've just popped those in because why not. In here is more of those seeds sown strawberries. I've got a couple of peppers that haven't come up yet. I don't think there's anything in this tray at the moment. That's just old and ready for something else to go into. In here I've got some celosia. They don't look great. I'm not sure what happened to those. I might have to resow those and try again. We'll see. Now if I come over to this windowsill, I have sown some Cape gooseberries. They went in a few weeks ago, but I know they do take a while to come up, so we'll just hold out hope for those. The seed was quite old, so they might not, but I thought it was worth a try. And under these, oh, I've got life. It's a variety of peppers. I've got this row of California Wonder, this row is jalapenos, this row is cayenne, and the far row is Anaheim's. So we've got a few coming up there, so I'll have to get those into a bit more light. This is quite a dark window here. Okay, heading back outside. It's so sunny, I can't get over it. Let's head down back to the coal frames outside the stables because there's some bits happening in there. Alright, so let's come in here. Now what is happening? So this is one of the new seeds that I bought when I thought I was done with seeds, and I ended up buying more. It's some sugar snap peas. I didn't think I wanted any, and then I got some locally just because that's what they had, and I really enjoyed them, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to get some for our garden. Okay, so coming along here, we've got broad beans. These are dwarf Sutton broad beans in this tray here. I came from container gardening and I had these left over, so I thought I'd put the last of them in, because why not? Whereas these are, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that, but that's these, and they're ready to get outside. I only start my broad beans in pots because we get a lot of birds who would just come and eat them straight out of the ground, so this is just giving them a head start. And then over here, these are some peas. These are green shaft, and these are ambassador. The green shaft seeds were new. These ambassador ones are a good few years old now, so I thought I would give them a go and see what would come up. So a few have. I'll wait and see if any more do because it's still early days, but the green shafts have come up really well. And then here's a look at our onions. These are a Santero, looking good, and these are red imposters. I reckon they can all be going out soon, which is wonderful. So I'm hopeful that this is the last time I'll be saying this, but at the moment the only thing that's actually planted out in the garden is my garlic, which has been in all winter. So I've got a bit of weeding to do out here, but that's all just par for the course. We've got a good number of beds ready, so I really just need to get out here, do a round of weeding, then I think those broad beans are going to come straight out, and I've got a couple of net tunnel things to go over the beds, so I think I might direct sow some more broad beans, maybe some salad leaves and things like that out here directly under the cover. The only reason I do it under a cover is rodents and birds are a bit of a nightmare here, so just to give them a little bit of a head start. I have got nettles absolutely everywhere out here, and it's driving me crazy. I am taking them out bit by bit, but I think that's going to be a long old battle. So hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, when I'm doing the next garden tour, a lot of that stuff out that I've just shown you will be out here, which is very, very exciting. We do still have a week of rain forecast, so I'm not going to get too carried away. I don't want to put anything too tiny out there that's just going to get washed away with all the wind and rain. But I think like the broad beans and things like that, they'll be able to cope with it, especially if I just pop a net over them. Hopefully that will just take the absolute worst of the wind off, because it's behind the hedgerow, so it's got a bit of protection. But otherwise, that is the current state of the vegetable garden. So if you don't know me already, hi, I'm Sam. We've just moved here to this small holding. So before we lived in the city and did a tiny garden, we moved here sort of in the middle of summer last year. So that's why there's not a lot out there that's been in over winter, because we moved in the height of that heat wave in summer, and the land was completely overgrown with grass and brambles and weeds and things. So we used the rest of the summer just to try and get it back to a manageable state so that we could plant the garden this year. So that's why there's nothing that's been in over winter other than the garlic. That was the only bit that I got in. That's because by the time that they went in, November-ish I think they went in, we had everything cleared, but we didn't really before then. That's why there's nothing else. So hopefully this time next year there will be a good number of things that have been in over winter, and we'll be still harvesting food at this point, but I'm just waiting for it all to kick off, really. So last night I did an inventory of my seeds and what I've done and what I haven't done, and there is lots and lots to start now. I don't think we're behind schedule. I think this is just the time. It's starting to warm up a bit. I'm not expecting any more frost here. We're not in a place that gets a lot of frost. It's quite protected, but that being said, I'm still in North Wales, so we don't, the days are still relatively short. So, as I say, I don't think that we're behind. This is just the time where things start ramping up. So I'm going to start, hopefully, direct sowing some stuff soon, because as you can see, I'm quite limited on space in terms of indoor and undercover starting of seeds. So hopefully once some bits and bobs go out into the beds and I can start direct sowing things, and that'll free up some more space in the porch and on the windowsills to start some other things, and we can start getting a bit more of a production line going and get things moving. But now that it's warming up, a lot more stuff will be able to just be direct sown straight into these beds outside. So I'm feeling very positive. It's going to be a lot of change in the next month. Thanks, guys.